This is everybody's day. This is everybody's day. A man must make up his mind to engage that which God has put at his disposal. So we can't stop praying. Because our survival, the maintenance of our state in God, is not dependent on prayer. It's dependent on the supply of power. But we know that just like water is in the tube or in the pipe, prayer can be a means of turning the pipe. So you wake up in the morning and then you step off your bed. Before your leg touches the ground, you engage in tongues. It is to turn the pipe early. But many times it's our phone that we first engage. You put a picture in the night that even you know you are not fine inside it. But you want to see how many people have liked it, pass comment on it. You know that people wake up in the middle of the night to ease themselves and check their phones in the night. He has just 3 minutes to go to the toilet and come back. So as he gets up, he puts on the phone. And then he goes, so he come back, say, 20 likes. You are dying. I think it's good to call it the name. You are dying. You are dying. I'm trying to use phones less. And people are complaining, I called you. I said, I can even go out and leave the phone at home. All things are lawful for me, but I will not be mastered by anything. Why should I be a slave of something I'm buying data into? Some people cannot survive for one day without their phone. The day they don't have data, it's like they died. How many people are like that here? Okay, you did not come to church today. If we do not engage the supply, the power will not come and we will look like unbelievers even in tongues. You'll be speaking in tongues and you still look like an unbeliever. You will cross somebody in the middle. You're on the bike. Somebody's flying. Cross the person and still enter and still see our arms. I've learned that sustaining spiritual activity is what kills flesh. So that's why I use headphones. So that something my ear is saying, you know where your doorways are. Some people, nothing you see moves you is your ear. But you have not learned how to plug it. So if your eyes makes you see, block it. You may have to engage certain sites, and when you see it coming, you take the side road. If it's your ear, I learned in university that my ear was a gateway. So in university, I'll just plug my ears. Say this guy with earphone, it was not an entertainment move, it was a survival strategy. That I was not even listening to sermons that time, it was songs. And then I'll be muttering in tongues. On that, I've been doing that since school. And I still do now. I just wear my shorts and I get on the road. And now God has helped me that I'm not even people sensitive again. So I leave the earphone at home. And you pass beside me, you hear tongues. The worst that you do is look at me. What you gonna do? Or they come close. I see people come close to me. And then they just run away as though let him pass. Time will tell who the mad person is. Yes. So you just keep going. Now I'm saying that this thing is not trying to show that you are more spiritual. It's a survival strategy. If your heart stops beating, you have died. If you stop praying, you are dying. Because you need a supply of power. The physical realm has been implanted with things to weary your heart. And so, just like a toothpaste tube, The reason why you can press it is that there's nothing rigid inside it. But Paul prayed for the church. He said that you will be strengthened with might in your inner man. So if you put liquid cement into a toothpaste tube and then it cakes, you can't press it. I'm sharing this because I already laid a foundation last week that, you see, by redemption we came into a dimension of consecration. We were set apart for God. But a man must understand that if a reality that starts with consecration to God positionally must become an experience. If the experience is lacking, you have a right to use your position and say, God, I talk in prayer. Say, something is trying to master me, but you died for me. I was bought with a price. What I'm doing is, I'm not doubting. I'm just drawing on my legal realities to say, Lord, this thing can't be happening like this. And I begin to engage the spirit until it becomes my experience. Galatians chapter 5 verse 16. What does it say in your Bible? Galatians 5:16. So I say, it says, live by the Spirit, and you will not gratify of the sinful nature. Good. That's not King James, I mean. What translation is that? NIV. Oh, let's do King James. It's very wrong. This I say, walk. Now she said, live by. This one says, walk. Let your operating system be the Spirit. Yes. And you shall not fulfill of the flesh. Don't cry when you see yourself fulfilling the lust of the flesh. It just means that you have not switched your mode of existence. Anybody can overcome the flesh, and it's a good place to start, so that you know that you are not condemned to a life of being a victim. No, anybody can. You just have to switch the vital force that powers your life. That's what it means also to live by the Spirit. That the vital force that supplies life is the Spirit. The Spirit is there. The installation is there. So you put SIM card in your phone and switch out the phone. And I say, I called you. So I did not get the call. You can't get the call because your phone is off. It doesn't mean that there's no SIM there. If you switch on the phone and there's network in the area, the phone is designed without a prayer to pick network. Just live by, keep servicing the Spirit. That's what to live by the Spirit means. Turn the tap, ensure that the water is running. This bucket will not be dry. And if you discover that as one, you can't survive. I was talking to a brother in the Lord. He said, I've been struggling with this thing. I said, pray. He said, I can't. I said, God will not hold you guiltless if you tell God you can't pray. Because God says the lonely in families. We grow in communities. Sometimes have you not discovered that there are times when you pray better when you're in church than your house? It's not a sign of being carnal. It's just because there is a supply you come to in church that you don't come to your house. And you may have to look for a brother or a sister in church and say, please, let's be praying together. Two are always better than one. It's not only in marriage. Sometimes you will not have a passion to pray. Your only motivating factor will be that a brother comes to call you. Let's go and pray. So you don't have an excuse. See, I'm not studying the word. Is it that you don't have a friend who is still reading? As long as you have one friend who is still studying, you are not at the mercy of the enemy.